This is you want to toss a coin 500 times. You will expect to get so many heads, give or take so many. Okay, so when I look at this, this tells me, oh, I'm looking for the expected value, and this will be the standard error. Now, if I'm looking at how many heads, if I'm looking for that phrase, how many, that's going to tell me that's going to be a counting problem. Well, we know how to do counting problems. We're going to our box. We're only going to have zeros and ones. One is what you want, so in this case, heads, and zero is everything else, so in this case, tails. Then you have to figure out, like, what ratio should you have. Well, tails and heads should be equally likely, so we can just put in one of each. We don't have to do anything else. So that would be our box. Once you have a box, you need to find the average and standard deviation of that box. So the average of the box, well, the average, it just has two values. So 0 plus 1 divided by 2 equals 0.5. The standard deviation of the box, well, we do know how to do that if we only have two numbers. We're going to do our big number minus our small number. This is our shortcut formula we really like. Times the square of our fraction of the big number, oh, not minus, times the fraction of the small number. Just make sure you use enough parentheses. So in our case, our big number is 1 minus 0. Okay, that's not too bad. There's 1 out of 2 that are heads that we wanted, and there's 1 out of 2 that are tails. So it's just 1/2 times 1/2. So this should give me just 1/2, right? So 0.5. So this is a really weird problem where the average and SD do end up being the same. That's just a coincidence, does not mean anything. Okay. Okay, we've done that. We have our box. Now we have to find expected value of the sum, because when we add, if we do this 500 times, okay, and we just count how many, and we add up how many times we got the 1, or we add it up, that will tell us how many times we got the 1. The expected value for sum is always your number of trials, or number of times you do it, times the average of the box. So it's going to be 500 times the average of 0.5, which gives me 250. And the standard error for the sum is equal to the square root of your number of trials times the SD of the box. So it'll be the square root of 500 times 0.5. This one I need my calculator. You should get 11.81. So we expect about 250 heads. Nope. Give or take about 11.18 or so. So we know we probably won't get exactly 250, but it'll probably be somewhere between like 240 and 260 of the number of heads.